Hello and welcome. I'm Wendie Pett with Visibly Fit, and I have Janet Scott here with me, and she has chocolateandguide.com, and she just completed my Get Visibly Fit in 7-week coaching program and had incredible results. I actually just shared with her before and after, or then and now, and you can see here for yourself as well. It's pretty darn amazing. So Janet released in these 7 weeks, and you're already a tiny woman, right? And so it's so cool how the body will just release what it needs to release, right? And tone whenever you're doing the program and working the program. But you released 21 pounds and 17 inches.
That is incredible. I would never have imagined that it was even possible. Oh, ye of little faith. I've been praying for so long. God, you got to help me lose this. 7 weeks, I never would have dreamt it.
Well, that you followed it to a T. I mean,
yes.
You did the program very well. You were very disciplined and committed, and that's what it takes for any program, but especially for Visibly Fit, right? Like if you're going to invest and spend the time, why not do it right and be all in?
Oh, exactly. It's only 7 weeks.
It's only 7 weeks, and look what happens in 7 weeks. I mean,
yes.
I look at those pictures, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking, is she wearing Spanx?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
well, I made sure I wore the same thing. I showed the first picture. We were out for dinner with some friends, and they were kind of chuckling and teasing me because so you are ordering that with nothing on it. Everything you're ordering has nothing. But yet
you're like, because I can appreciate the flavors.
Exactly. And but they were joking. They appreciate the whole process. But I showed her that picture because she's like, there's no way you need to lose weight. And I said, I hide it by wearing baggy clothes.
Right. And a lot of women do.
Yeah. And so when I showed her the picture, though, my first picture, she was like, you're pushing your stomach out. I said, no, that is me relaxed. That is me relaxed. I'm not proud of it. And I said, but, she was shocked.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. When I took that first picture, I think you get so good at hiding it that you refuse to look at it yourself after a while.
Or you don't even look in the mirror that much. You're just like, put on your clothes and then do your makeup.
Exactly. Avoid it. It's your subconscious way of surviving that you don't like the way you look.
Right. Well, even your dog behind you is very proud of you. She's just like staring at you nonstop. That's really cute. Oh, so what would you say, Janet, that was kind of the most aha kind of thing about Visibly Fit and regarding the program altogether? What were your biggest takeaways and why did it work for you? And what have you tried in the past? That's like multiple questions in one, but I'm just going to let you go for it.
Okay. Well, I've tried everything in the past. I mean, when I was younger, even I tried those crazy diets where you ate cabbage soup for 10 days. And when you were supposed to lose 10 pounds and I was faithful, just like this, if I'm going to do something, I just do it. And I didn't weigh myself for 10 days, got on the scale after 10 days, had gained 10 pounds.
Wow.
So I went to the doctor and he said, your body thinks you're starving.
Right.
And so it's holding everything you eat. And of course that might've been after multiple, the hot dog, egg. What's the other thing? You ate 3 things for 3 days. You ate
hot dogs and eggs?
Yeah, one day it was hot dogs, one day it was eggs, and one day it was bananas.
Oh, no.
And then I think the goal was to make you sick or something. But
I'm sure.
But you don't lose weight that way either. And so before
it's about getting healthy.
Exactly. And before I started this, I guess, Bill, my husband, was mostly amazed because of the fact that he kept saying, you don't hardly eat anything. I don't know how you don't lose weight. Maybe you need to go to the doctor because you barely eat and you eat good, but you're not losing any weight. And so that's why when I started this and I'm, telling you I can't eat all this. I thought, oh my,
Visibly Fit. You eat.
Yes. I mean, I was never hungry on this. That was what I guess really shocked me, was that in order to lose weight, I had to eat more. Was a real mind changer for me, because that's just not the way you typically think. You think if I want to lose weight, I can starve myself and hope it falls off eventually. And you're miserable and you feel rotten and you don't have any energy. So then when somebody tells you to exercise, you think, right, I can't exercise. I barely have the energy to get through the day.
Right.
But
and yet when we exercise, we actually get more energy, right?
Exactly.
Which you have been very faithful with your Visibly Fit workouts too.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Well, that was great to me because they fit into my crazy lifestyle. With kids.
You have a crazy lifestyle, like every other woman, huh?
Exactly.
Juggling.
It's mostly when your husband's home. But yes, and so I guess that was what I loved, was the fact that I didn't have to chunk out 2 hours of my day and run to a gym somewhere and try to figure out, how to get the right machines and the right equipment and everything to be able to do these. I could just do them here.
Yeah.
And I could fit it into my already, busy schedule. But the whole process, I guess, that was the thing too that I loved, was that it wasn't just about losing weight. It was about the whole person. Mm-hmm. And to me, that was just so valuable too, because of the fact that, we get so caught up in, I got to lose the weight, and then we go back to everything's still crazy in our lives. And we gain it all back because nothing has changed.
Right. Nothing's been solved. The Band-Aid is still there. We have to rip off the Band-Aid and let things heal. Yeah.
Exactly. So that was just so awesome to me, because I feel like now I've got the tools I need to be able to continue and to move forward and just improve from here. Yeah. And that to me in itself was just worth every bit of the 7 weeks.
That's awesome. And you know what, Janet, I think about how you are the one that took this and went with it. And I know Abby was doing some of the things that you were doing, but your husband was not supportive. I mean, he's supportive of you doing it, but he's not on board, right? And I think a lot of women feel like, well, I can't do it if my husband's not doing it. How did you manage that? Because I think that that's a struggle for a lot of women mentally, right?
Right.
So how did you bust through that?
Well, I guess the big thing is I was doing it for me.
Yes.
And, I try to look at everything and think, I'll stand before God one day and answer for me.
Yeah.
And, I know there are things in my life I need to do. And in order to do them, I need to be healthy. Mm-hmm. And I need to feel good. And I need to have good energy. Yeah. And I really believe God has called us to take care of our bodies. And so I've been looking for answers to that and praying for answers to that. So when we started this, I just thought, this is a no-brainer. I get the fact, Bill, this is not his thing, and
maybe not yet, but more taught than taught, and you just never know, right?
Exactly.
We will not give up on Bill.
Exactly. And he sees it, and he has seen how much weight I've lost, and he's like, oh my word, that's amazing. And so you never know. He may get to the point where he says, all right, you know what? I can at least try.
Right.
So to me, I guess I just felt that this is what I need to do to be an example to my children and my grandchildren and to Bill.
Yeah, that's right.
You can set your mind to do anything. You can't allow what somebody else is doing to affect, your decisions for your own well-being.
Amen. Well said. And really, the woman, not, in every situation, but for most scenarios, tends to be the nucleus of the family when it comes to healthy well-being, going to the grocery store. I mean, all of those things, cooking. And so we as women actually have more power in the family than we realize. So you may have to cook a little something different for your spouse, but yet having some of the main healthy things that they can also eat will actually help them, right? So they will benefit from your healthy journey. So
definitely, because we did get Bill to try a few different things.
You're right.
And that's a huge step in itself. And there were times it was tiring making two totally different meals, almost, it seemed.
Mm-hmm.
But once
when you prep,
exactly.
Yep.
Once I learned how to prep right and I got in that groove, then it was a no-brainer, and it really wasn't that difficult. And I just kept telling myself, 7 weeks, it's 7 weeks, knowing that in that 7 weeks I would develop habits that would help me continue.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And, another thing, Janet, is a lot of people think that eating organic and eating healthy is expensive. What would you say to that?
Oh, when even Abby has seen that when Bill is home, because he travels all the time, when he is home, to eat the way we always had is so much more expensive.
It sure is.
I mean, it is hundreds of dollars difference versus when it's just me and Abby here and we're eating organic and healthful.
Whole food, plant-based, right?
Exactly. So there's a huge difference. It is so much more economical.
It is. And a little can go a long way, right?
Oh, yes.
And so I think that's just a mindset shift that needs to be altered and changed for people, because they're always like, oh, I can't afford it. Well, really, you can't afford not to.
Oh, exactly.
Exactly. Wow. Well, I am just so glad that you went through this journey with me, and it was an honor to be your coach. It was so fun. And just thanks for showing up in the way that you did. And I know this is like a lifestyle for you. Like, it is no going back.
Oh, yes. It's what I've been looking for. It is awesome.
Cool. Well, what's one thing you would say to those that might be watching that might be just kind of having a question about their own health and maybe just kind of, do I call Wendie? Do I check this out? What would you say to them? I
would definitely say don't wait. I mean, what have you got to lose other than, your poor health and maybe some medication. Exactly. Yes. It is so worth it. And to me, it's just a no-brainer. I would have loved to have been able to do this a long time ago. I am so excited that we finally connected and we're able to go through the program. It is so worth it. Likewise. Well, you're awesome, Janet. Thank you, and bless you. And keep going strong, girl. Yes. Thanks so much, Wendie.